to stop the mid-cap index, and that's the story for today as well. As Hormaz pointed out, 0.6% higher on that, and it is outperforming all the benchmark indices and the Bank Nifty as well. But one space that has been doing really well this year, last year, that's the realty space, and we've gotten a slew of Q3 updates, and one of them is Keystone Realtors. It's gained after reporting what was a good Q3 update. The company reported pre-sales of around 616 crore rupees. The collections also are in focus. They were down sequentially, but we'll ask Boman Rustom Irani, who's the chairman and managing director of the company, joining us now to discuss the quarter gone by and the outlook going forward. Mr. Irani, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a good update that you've given in Q3. Can you give us a sense of where did this demand come from? Is it the mid-housing? Is it the redevelopment segment that you're focusing on? And what are the trends looking like right now? Do you expect this strength to continue in the entire sector?
So first of all, Sonal, thank you for having me on the show, and very happy New Year to every one of your viewers. We've had a great quarter, and what we've announced is about 3.7 lakh square feet of sales versus about 1.6 lakh square feet of sales in the last quarter, which is up about 130%. At the same point of time, we've shown a pre-sales collection of 616 crores versus 306 crores in the last quarter, again about 100% up. And collections have been 450 crores. If you take that year on year, we've done an area of about 8.2 lakh square feet so far. We've added pre-sales of about 1,423 crores versus 1,131 last year, and it's about that's about 26% high, and collections about 1,583, again about 32% higher than last year of 1,163. You asked a question, where is the demand coming from? I can only tell you we at Keystone, that is Rustomji, are spread across the entire spectrum of development. And we are everywhere from affordable all the way to uber premium. We believe that the mid-mass and aspirational segment, which is the 1 to 3 and 3 to 7 crores, will continue to be the mainstay, main base of all the the sales that take place in the MMR. But I was just listening to Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, pre-break, and he was saying we are in a younger India right now. We want bigger, faster, better, and that's exactly what I'm seeing, and that is also driving up the premium sales and premium homes, which are roughly, which are defined as 1.5 crore plus across the country, would be a misnomer for a city like ours. And what we see out here as a premium product is actually the 7 crore plus, up to 15 crore, and then uber premium beyond that. And both these categories, I'm happy to state, have done extremely well. And we see a great amount of demand coming from these quarters as well. So upmarket locations like Bandra, Worli, Mid-City, and even good locations which are across, close to the sea, or, have a great garden or green view across their homes, are doing extremely well. And Rustomji continues to foray towards these areas. We also see a growing demand in all spaces which are led by infrastructure growth. And towards that, we've got one eye on the infrastructure growth areas, and we're looking at that very, very closely.
Okay, all right. So, we've all been very inspired by what Mr. Shah Rukh Khan said yesterday. So that is an inspiration generally for, I feel, the developers as well. But you spoke about infrastructure development. We've been seeing a lot of it. Tomorrow we have the Trans-Harbour Link, which will get inaugurated. Will the other side of the city, the Navi Mumbai area, be a bigger focus in that case? How do you see the realizations, prices, for that matter, change because of this connectivity?
Great question, Sonal. What we are expecting out of the MTHL is actually, proximity to the new airport, and this itself will actually drive both sides of the MTHL to be a great buying market. Those areas will see newer age industries coming up. I'm told there's a major setup, being thought of by the larger companies of robotics and research in IT. And there's going to be a large campus coming up out there. All these means additional jobs getting added to that side. And of course, the airport brings with it its entire logistics hub and all the development that takes place around it, plus a lot of commercial development there. So we definitely believe that side of the MTHL will gain in terms of volume. But what that also does to, let's say, the entire Sivri, Worli, Bandra belt, with the entire network of coastal road and the sea link, is that it brings into huge connectivity the entire city, which is everything from Andheri to, let's say, the city itself will open up, and you will have a 15 to 20 minute window in terms of travel, which is going to be a great go. And that's where we are also looking at our newer developments. Just to tell you, on the business development side alone, Rustomji had clocked about 3,400 and some crores projects last year across the year. And the first 9 months of this year, we've done about 5,100 crores, almost 50% higher. And we still have 3 months of this last quarter to go, in which we'll be adding on BD. And all our BD has been focused on, like I mentioned earlier, places which have a blue view, green view, or then have great infrastructure support.
Right. Speaking of projects, Mr. Irani, first of all, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining in. You added one project this quarter, which was around 1,450 crores of development value. Can you please tell us how much time does it take for the addition of a project from launch to the sales bit? And just to add to that, since you spoke of projects, how much do you look to add in this quarter, which is January to March? And if you have a figure for FY25 as well.
No, so I don't make advanced statements, but I can tell you this, that we've been growing at 25%, and if you just see our BD acquisitions have been 50% more than last year in the first 9 months. So obviously that means that there's some headroom, and we will grow a little more on that. Having said that, a project, between the date when you actually sign it off till the date when it's launched is anywhere between 12 and 15 months. And mid-mass projects that are the larger base projects. And this is a mid-mass project that we've tied up. Again, the segment which is probably the hottest segment is the mid-mass and the aspirational continue to be our focus. And this project should take about 14 to 15 months to get launched after we've signed it up.
Okay, all right. So what would the targets for FY24 be? You said you are on track to achieve it. 9 months you've done sales of around 1423 crore rupees. And any targets for FY25 as well? And how much will redevelopment constitute of your overall sales?
We are on a steady state growth. 25% is what we've kind of given a guidance on, and 25% is what we are achieving. Fingers crossed for more, but that's where we are as of right now. And as far as redevelopments go, we are very strong on the redevelopments. We've done a lot of, even the project that we've added on in the last quarter has been something that is going to be a redevelopment itself. And again, this is a very large one. So we will continue to foray into redevelopments because that is our mainstay. That is where, we achieve our investment targets as well as our revenue potential actually increases by these larger projects.
One last question from my end, Mr. Irani. What about pricing? Are you seeing price hikes taking place across projects? Which is the segment that you're seeing the maximum price hike? Is it the premium housing? Is it the entry level bit? Can you shed more light on that?
Hormaz, thanks for that question. It's actually very relevant in this market. It's important for us as developers to state that we are not looking at price rises anymore. We are actually looking at velocity being the premium. And towards that, we try and keep our costs in control. We are, utilizing more and more technology to kind of keep costs under control. But you always will have the material increases or the inflationary pressures taking prices up. Over and above that, of course, premium projects always command a little bit of a price increase more than the mid-mass or the aspirational, because that is steady state, sales have to take place. Premium segments always look for value build or something that is away from the normal. And that is, again, where we've done extremely well. And we've continued to steal a march over most of the developments in the same vicinity because of the design as well as the development capabilities that we bring to the table. So we do see premium as a hold for prices or even a growing segment. But mid-mass and our aspirational segments, we continue to be bullish on volume, and that is exactly where we focus.
Okay, so looks like picture abhi baki hai when it comes to price hikes and volume growth as well. Mr. Irani, thank you so much for joining us today and taking us through your quarter 3 updates and the outlook going forward. Well, that's the word coming in from Rustom Developers. They expect a 25% growth in terms of their sales, and they are looking at redevelopment as a big opportunity in their segmental performance. The stock is spiked to the day's high, by the way, 2% higher on that one. The commentary is something that the street has taken positively. We'll do one thing, slip into a short break. When we come back, we'll get you more on those markets and a lot of stocks which are moving around in the broader market. Stay tuned for that.